Japan's governing party projected to win snap election majority. Voting has ended in Japan's snap election called by Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi, with exit polls pointing to a decisive win for her Liberal Democrat Party LDP. The country's first female prime minister is seeking a clear public mandate just 4 months after becoming party leader. Her predicted success is in marked contrast to her two predecessors, under whom the party lost its parliamentary majority because of corruption scandals and rising costs. An LDP-led coalition has governed Japan for much of its post-war history due to the lack of a strong opposition. Some called the move a gamble after the LDP lost its majority in both houses of parliament, and its decades-old coalition with the Komeito party had collapsed. But her personal popularity appears to have helped the party, with approval ratings for her government mostly hovering above 70. The LDP is projected to win 274 of 328 seats in the race, according to a poll by broadcaster NHK. People across Japan braved snow to vote in the country's first midwinter poll in 36 years. Japan's transport ministry said 37 train lines and 58 ferry routes were closed and 54 flights cancelled as of Sunday morning. There was rare snowfall in Tokyo as people headed out to vote. People want their lives to be better and more comfortable because we are so accustomed to not having inflation costs rising, so people are very worried. I think we need a long-term solution rather than short-term fixes, Ritsuko Ninomiya, a voter in Tokyo told the BBC. Japanese voters have been frustrated with the recent political scandals in the LDP, especially as costs soared. Housing is very expensive, says Rumi Hayama. Our son is getting bigger and we need a bigger place, but it is not affordable although we have decent jobs. Prices are getting higher and it is getting hard to live in Japan. It was not like this before. Takaichi's enthusiasm, populist spending promises and nationalist rhetoric appear to have energized some voters. But critics, including businesses, are skeptical that her pledge to spend more can revive the sluggish Japanese economy. The country's government debt is already one of the highest among developed nations. They also worry that her conservative stance on immigration will not help the aging country, which is already facing labor shortages. I think this election is more important for the younger generation, people like us, Daniel Hayama said, adding that the cold weather was not a hurdle for young people who want to vote. Takaichi and the LDP faced a more unified opposition than before. LDP's former coalition partner Komeito has joined forces with the Constitutional Democratic Party of Japan to form the largest opposition bloc in the lower house. Takaichi has courted Donald Trump, who has publicly endorsed her, an unusual move by a U.S. president, and they both seem to agree that Japan should spend more on defense. That relationship too was on voters' minds as they headed to the polls on Sunday. I am concerned with what President Trump is doing as well as the national defense issues. I am not sure where the money is coming from to cover that. So balancing budget spending between defense and people's life is a major concern for me, Yuko Sakai says. Sanai Takaichi is popular, but inflation and a diplomatic row with China weigh on voters' minds. It is rare for U.S. presidents to publicly back candidates in foreign elections. Over-tourism during Japan's iconic blossom season makes life for locals in Fujiyoshida town unmanageable, authorities say. The 22-year-old became caught in a chairlift and was suspended in midair before having a heart attack, officials say. Sir Keir and Sanai Takaichi discussed ways to strengthen ties between their two nations during the meeting, at the end of the UK Prime Minister's trip to East Asia. Copyright 2026 BBC. The BBC is not responsible for the content of external sites. Read about our approach to external linking. Sub.